go ahead and get started. Let's get started. Running a little bit late. Daily Toaster family, Daily Toasters. Call going out for the Daily Toasters. Daily Toasters, where you at? Daily Toasters, where you at? Where you at? Daily Toasters, where you at? Daily Toasters, where you at? Wake up, fam. Wake up, wake up, wake up. We gotta do this toast. Gotta do some research today. Gotta catch up on some work. I haven't been writing like I should, but we gotta do this. Also, I think we gonna have to do a show tonight because there's some other issues that are popping up that I think that we really need to look at. And let's see if the folktale for today will line up. We'll read that in a second. We'll do the toast. But I want to thank everybody to take the time to come out and celebrate with us. Celebrate our ancestors in the morning with us as we take ourselves through remembering those that came before us, remembering the work that we got to do, moving towards a greater us as individuals and a greater us as a group. I want to thank each and every last one of you once again, and I want to give you a round of applause. Those that's able to get up and check us out. Some of y'all check us out later on in the day. Now, I understand different time zones, different work schedules. Want to make sure that you know that you are appreciated. Let's go ahead and make sure that we are streaming on all cylinders. Okay, according to what I see right now, we are up on Facebook. We are up on YouTube. We are up on Twitch. We are up on Periscope. Now, those that might be tuning in for some early morning entertainment, come back in a little while. After we get started, after we do our toast, after we do our song, you know what I'm saying, we might be able to get into a little something, but this is mainly for us to salute our ancestors. Every now and then I'm able to kick in some information. There's some issues going on in Mississippi that really is a reflection of ADOS life, with the whole prison system down there, and like I said, we might not be able to get into that tonight, but I think we might need to do a little bit more research and have some discussions, not just around that, because that's a reflection of the situation that we are in as a group. It's the conditions I'm understanding are deplorable, and a majority of the inmates, of course, are black. It's just another sign for us that we have to do work, because we got individuals in the first world country existing in the third world, maybe a fourth world conditions down in the southern state of the great United States of America. But yet we bombing motherfuckers in their cars. We got drones that could pinpoint and hit you from wherever you are, and the person that's guiding the drone could be over 2,000 miles away. But we can't take care of some of the issues that we are wrestling with right here in the home front. Incredible. Well, it's not incredible. We know it's not incredible. We know it got to do with the distribution of power and application of power and people usually do shit that they could get away with. That's the bottom line. That's one thing we all got to deal with one way or the other. All right, here we go. So we streaming up on all cylinders. Let me make sure we up on YouTube. We up on YouTube. Shouts out to Brother Kwame. Good to see you this morning, good sir. Good to see you this morning. What is day? Once again, they showing nobody here. So I don't know if it's somebody here or not. Obviously, Kwame is here because his message has come across the board. It's sitting live on the screen. So, but hey, that's the time and place we exist here right now. All right, family. So here we go. So first, I want to welcome you to the Congregation of the Mighty, the home of the stubborn minority, the place where your hustle builds muscle. This is Gye-Nyame Journey Media. I'm your host, Brother Hatim. This is the Daily Toast, and this is the Heart of December production. We strive to do nothing but blow up your old paradise. Drink your water. Come on, drink your water, but first, take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink some water. Take your breath and drink. Or should we say, breathe, then drink. Take a deep breath now. Man, now, grab your glass for some water. Get your picture of that water. Lift that picture of that water. Look at it. Simply pour some water. Drink. Or should I say, lift, pour, then drink. Now, move your body and drink some water. Move your body, drink some water. Ouch. Oh, move your body, drink some water. Oh, hey, family, move your body. Drink. Come on, make sure you move that spot. Or should I say, move, then drink. Feel the music, come on. Now, raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. You heard me? I said, raise your glass and toast your ancestors, fam. Just raise your glass. Drink. Or should I say, lift, toast, then. Now, take your breath and drink some water. Lift and pour yourself some water. Move your body, drink some water. Raise your glass and toast your ancestors. Breathe, live, move, toast. Remember the 4 pillars of health, family. Breathe, drink, eat, move. Drink half your weight in ounces. Right, still take a breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Drink up. Come on, drink with me. Come on. Drink your water. Take your breath. Lift and pour. Move your body. Toast your ancestors. Oh, family, man. Feeling kind of tight. You know what I'm saying? First day back at school. And, you know, trying to get back into the swing of things, trying to get back up doing the early morning show. Oof. You know what I'm saying? You know, because the issue with breaks is, you know, people are like, well, you need to take you know, I don't like taking breaks because I don't be wanting to come back. You know what I'm saying? So I just, you know, so I try to stay focused and stay working on what I do. Because it makes it kind of hard for me to want to, you know, get back into the swing. You know what I'm saying? Because, you know, like I said, waking up, you know what I'm saying? In most cases, the sun ain't even up before we get up, but we do understand that it's very important that we go on and salute our ancestors. So, this morning we gonna sip on a little bit of the red for the ancestors. But I want to see something though, because I had to go on and I had to try to adjust this. As you can see, this was obviously too big for this. I want to see if we can get us a nice little. Nah, I gotta give me a tighter one. I'm gonna let this sit for a couple more. You know, so we're gonna sip on some red, and so tomorrow we're gonna experiment because one of my elders requested a pineapple ambrosia. And I'm really looking forward to sampling that with you because I think I'm bottling it up and I'm going to try to get it out to him probably tomorrow evening because I'm thinking it's going to turn out pretty good because I never did pineapple. It's sitting over there looking delicious. You know what I'm saying? In the bucket. I can see it through the bucket like, come get some, Brother Hatim. I'm like, yeah, hey, hold on. So we're going to have to try that pineapple tomorrow. I'm going to have me maybe a half gallon left after I take care of the elder. But I'm going to take the actual pineapples and I'm going to dry them out on, I got a dryer. I'm going to dry them out. And that'll be like, you know, lunch for a day. You know what I'm saying? And because a lot of times when I do fruits, I do take the fruits and I do dry them out. I was doing mango, but I think this pineapple might be a winner. I'm thinking about a blueberry, maybe in the next batch, a blueberry, ginger, blueberry, pine. I don't know. I'm thinking about something along those lines. But hey, it is what it is. So let's go and do the toast. And like I said, if I have anything on my heart that comes to my heart while I'm toasting, I do it now. But I do got one thing that's kind of, it's important that the family understands what I mean. I know y'all do, but I'm just putting it out there for the new people. Blowing up old paradigms. We have to blow up the old paradigms. We have to blow up our old paradigms. Because it's our old paradigms that's holding us where we are. You keep doing the same thing, you're going to keep getting the same results. We have to blow up the old paradigms so that we can change our destiny. You know what I'm saying? Change what's going on. I ain't even going to say destiny. Change what's going on. Because what's going on is totally unacceptable. unacceptable. It's unacceptable. We are so much greater than that, and we can add so much more to where we are as far as this country, by us demanding and moving forward. But anyway, the story for tonight, if we do the show tonight, I'm going to try to stay up. I'm going to try to keep my energy high for the show tonight. The show tonight is the fisherman piping. We're going to see if this fit into some of the national stuff. A fisherman skilled in music took his flute and his nets to the seashore. Standing on a projecting rock, he played several tunes in the hope that the fish, attracted by his melody, would of their own accord dance into his net, which he had placed below. At last, having long waited in vain, he laid aside his flute and, casting his nets into the sea, made an excellent haul of fish. When he saw them leaping about in the net upon the rock, he said, "O you most perverse creatures, when I piped you would not dance, but now I have ceased, and you do so merrily." So for those that want to keep up, the story for tonight is the fisherman piping. Total misunderstanding of the world. And we're going to be able to have a nice conversation around that folktale tonight. Folktales for grown folks tonight at 9 p.m. I'll be sending out the black signal as well as the emails, letting people know that we will be here. Lines will be open so that we can have discussion. I'm going to have to do the show. I got to get back in the rhythm of doing my evening shows in 2020. All right, family. So first, giving honor to the creator by whatever name you choose to call that creator. We raise up our glass and we salute that creator. And we say, Ashe. Family, from there, we move on. We move on to our personal ancestors. So we raise up our glass for our personal ancestors as I pull out the list. We have Miles Brown, Miss Ann, Robert the Texan Davis, Herman Brown Sr., Rosalie Tilley, Georgia Winnie Walter, Christopher Gasson, Aunt Lena, Uncle Chris, Aunt Finn, Cleveland, Geneva Brown, Margaret Ellis, Wash Ellis, Cecil Ellis, Alvaro Brown, Gina Gaines, Herman Brown II, Barbara Twiggs, Wash Ellis Jr., Katie Ellis, Nikki Ellis, Jamon Jones, Jeremiah Tappan, John Pilar, Montague Pimenel, No More X, Pet Mott Ra, Malika Fakour, Dr. Marianne Williams, Kojo Kamal, Elder Millie Dixon, Tony Clark, Pastor Yusuf Weston, Elder Ajani, Elder Ron Coleman, Elder Robert Donaldson, Alfred Bropo, Actor Jr., Jay Edwards, Carlos Harris, Grace Lundy, Inez Harris, William Bill Moss, Phyllis Rose, Sterling and Lucy Wright, Derek L. Pullian, Deluxe, the brother, Miss Eda Brooks Crawley, Miss Marie Nelson, Mr. Frederick Crawley Sr., Miss Jerry Brunson, Mr. Alonzo Johnson, Miss Marie McDowell, Jonathan Foster, Charles Jordan, Kel Smith, Walter Smith, Richard Trigg, Francis Johnson, Mary Franklin, Jimmy Williams, Daniel Ford, George Gibson, Nana Loretta Clark, Inez McCrae, Fritz Clark, Frankie Justice, Katie Justice, Dick Renderman, Virginia Rogers, Reverend James Smith, Louis Henderson, Calvin Spratling, Mary Elizabeth Walker, Raymond Walker Sr., Sarah Jane Carter, Michael Ford Jr., Kellen D. Russell, Susie B. Smith, Teresa Clay, Melvin Dale Hodge Jr., Herman Copeland, Mildred Copeland, Jenny Clay, Bird Beatty, Sarah Well, Levita Farmer, Agoso Sue, Cheryl Harvey, Aunt Charmaine, Aunt Evelyn Theolis Asbury, Harvey Asbury Sr., Leonard Dickinson, T.C. Islam, Gerald Dunbar, Will Thomas, Sarah Berry, Mark Walsh, Merle B. Thornton, Pearl G. Thornton, Ida Johnson, Florence M. Carter, Joanne Thornton, Erica Tricia Lewis, Juanita Wright, Robert Wright, George Wright, Mary Eliza Frederick Davis, May Elizabeth Rogers, May Esther Keisha Reese, Linda Watson Hammonds, Terrell Giles Watson, Sparrow, Slimmy Selman Lewis, Andrew Holmes, Pearl Moore, Percy Moore Jr., Mitchell Owens, Booker T. Bolden, Charlie Hunt, Sammy Stover, Hilda Pearson, Sturgeon, Thornton Richard, Thornton Lavina Hall, Freeman Bankster, May Moss, Ophelia Peacock, Willie Thornton, Napoleon Kennedy, Mark Ramsey, Paul Ramsey, Matt Ramsey, David Ramsey, Charles E. Thornton, Frankie Quells, Urania Thornton, Bernice Quells, Ernestine Jackson, Frankie Johnson, Teresa Mormon, Leon Johnson, Charles Bell, Vivian Ramsey, S.C. Johnson, David Johnson, Leon Johnson, James W. West Sr., James Parham, Dana Jones, Henry World, James Farmer, Mary Chavez, Leon Grace, Bessie Johnson, Hattie Levester, Mary Moreland, Paul Moreland, Elder Caleb, Rosemary Martineer, Ed Amatel Wellman, Fred Douglas Triggs Sr., Thelma Triggs, Thomas and Lula Berry, Lacey Allen Ohio, Frankie Russell and Davis, Fred Douglas Triggs II, Bina Triggs, Reverend Eddie Moore, Helen Fuller, Eugene Jackson Sr., Richard Ellis, Silas Alexander, Charles Maxwell, Percy Alexander, Arthur Reynolds, Stanley Lockhart, Ricky Lockhart, William Lockhart, Woodrow Lockhart, Brenda Porter, Deacon Hargrove, Carlos Sawyer, Andrew Parker, Doris Donald, Ellis Murphy, D'Amico Russell, Dee Dee Monares, Gina Ruth Jones, Jana Callahan, William Walter West, Nigella Parrish, Elder Basiji Polani, Jim Robinson, Gladys Johnson, Valerie Clark, John and Mary Sullivan, Dirk Johnson, Antonio Johnson, Denise Wallace, DeFritas Hines, Inez Bostic, Edna Bostic, Winifred Scantleberry, Wilson Headley, Emma Hines, Phyllis Lee, Eugene Spratling, Calvin Spratling, Charles Wooden, Penny Brown, Roy Lee Printup Jr., Miriam Johnson, Wilbur Longmire, Edith Catney, Janice Carter, Michael Carter, Leon Pena Carter, Margaret Carter, William Carter, Lisa Jordan, Charles Lee Mosley, Dorothea Blair, Ransom Evans Sr., Sam Evans Sr., Nalon Blair Sr., Edward Stevens, Sue Stevens, Joe Davis, Timothy Butler, Gene Holmes, Dana Jones, Peter Charles, Christy Nichols, Cardinal Robinson, Rosemary Charles, Ada Pearl, Bob Ingalls, Jack Wallace, Warren M. Finch, Warren P. Finch, Tim Ingalls, Audrey Finch, William Billingsley Jr., Jennifer Sensabaugh, Hazel Gasson, Jerry Brantley, Brian Watson Jr., Kaniko Parsons, Jason Kathy Bradford, Thomas Bradley, also known as Uncle Buki, also known as Gypsy, Reverend Roosevelt Word I, Stacey Tribe, Frank Smith, Mother Bertha, Michael Leonard, David Brown, Ruth Carter, June Cox, Ruth Cox, Paula Cox, Ronald Urban, Judy Hubbard, Irene Johnson, Francis Booth Jefferson, Dan Wilkerson Sr., Emma McClendon, Jerry Doyle, Mina Robinson, Mary Nichols, Patricia Williams, Shabaka Teray, Greg G2 Gibson, Donna Hill, Richard Cleavis, Lee Irby, Tommy Irby, Boy Irby, Jim Gaucher, George and Hallie Johnson, Archie and Margaret Armstead, Diane Scott, Erica Armstrong, Claire Fox, Gene Evans, Archie Beck, Anna McGill, Charles McDaniel, Christine Cottrell, Aunt Becca, Alice Arnold, Arthur Arnold, Hattie Reed, Charles Reed, Eulin Andrew Baker, Patricia Edwin Brooks, Gwilyn and Bob Hatch, Kimball Vernon, Bradley Kim, Janie Harriet Tubman Cates, Spencer Sturgis, Sally Mae Baker, Ethel Baker, Creola Baker, Geneva Baker, Aaron Nino Baby Hatch, Hatch Sr., Mally Miller, Housie Hatch, Dad Cleveland, Mother Gibson, Alex Nixon, going off memory, Alex Nixon, John Bowie, Lester and Rachel Saunders, Doretha Ross, Riola Ross, Robert Nelson, Francis Stevenson, Leroy Stokes, Neely Johnson, Fletcher Swan, Maddie and Charlie Scott, Ida Casey, Thomas Coper, Vivian Stevenson, Mona Ann Lewis, Cornetta Lyman Lewis, John Jackson, William Dallas Lewis, Mary Frances, Chappelle Jackson, Michael Slade, Joanne Perkins, Richard Jackson, Martha Ford Dawson, Big Mama, Nanny Harris, Eva Ford, James Harrison, Margaret Towns, Mary Williams, Leroy Q. Hughes Sr., Albert Moore, Miss Manila, Alvis Motley, Geraldine Elizabeth, Douglas Thompson, Erton Houston, Lud Alls, Elijah Alls, Jerome Alls, Henry West Staten, Joe Jamel Alls, and Pierce Donald Carter, Lily Green, Nathan Green, Beth Bond, John Dewey, Ruth Beard, Tim Butler, Remy Laura Newton, J.B. Foggy, Thomas Newton Sr., Barbara Naeem, Jeanette Sanders, Jerry C. Sanders, Roy Pruitt, H.A. Brownlee Sr., Henry Wilson, Rufus Jenkins, Minnie Wilson, Catherine Sanders, Muriel Ellis, Elizabeth Sanders, Henrietta Irby, Mildred Armstead, Margaret Armstead, Catherine Anthony, Robert Brown, Charles Walker Sr., Charlie Walker, Cecil Russell, Diane Urban, Haroon Phillips, William Ford, Margaret Logan, Phyllis Barnett, Lee Urban Sr., Michael Urban, Ozella Watson, Hugo Watson, John Caldwell Sr., Robbie Lee Caldwell, Nevaeh Mitchell, Ron McCormick Sr., Sabrina Easley, Rashawn Easley, Javea McCormick, Barbara Ann Reed, Dorothy Ann Reed, John Reed, Shekel Maha Reed Jr., John Reed Jr., Patricia Reed, Edward R. Benson Sr., Ethel H. McNair, Lois Fernandez, Jacqueline Broadus, Reginald Oliver, Mazarine Cooper, George Swan, Imania Grayson, Charles Scott, Charles H. Scott, Michael Morgan, Charlene Morgan, Sybil Edwards McNabb, Annie Ferguson, William Ferguson, Shelby McClendon. We move to our black book. We got Joella Giles. We have James Carswell. We have Liberta Adams, also known as Aunt Sis. We have Elder Shaka McNair. We have Anthony Brown. We have Jonathan Ford and Lottie Gaucher. We have Cousin Tony, Michael Johnson, James Jimmy Johnson, Barbara Shane Lewis, Ronald Sheldon Jr., Damian Top, Christina Banks, Joseph Bingham, Quincy, Mama Aunt Lady, Abraham Isaac Cundiff, Aunt Barbara Lewis, Renee Johnson, Joy, Ryan Ross Riggins, Jermonte, Marcus Price, Ness Words, Marshawn McCarroll, Demetrius Beard, Herb Jefferson, Ralph Mickens, Eric Walker, Quasi Sample, Candace Simmons, Severin Clayton, Leonard Jones, Sade Garner, Melvin Scott Sr., Elder Clarence Lumpkin, Elizabeth Johnson, Frank Smith, Stacey Trice, Denise Goray, Nathaniel Hassan Turner, Khaled is in transition, also known as Nigel Turner, Demetrius Lewis Flint, Alberta Woods, Geneva Simmons, Daniel Tilley, Angeline Gant, Sharifa, Oscar Kane, Audrey Gripper, Dominique Nichols, Ruth Elaine Johnson, Teresa Sambu, Aunt Maxine, Uncle James, Henry Monger III, Tamara Dowdy, Nicole Harris, Julia Taylor, Richard Bozeman II, Ruth Carter, John Carter, Mr. Thornton, Johanna, Chandra Lynette Lewis, Henderson Mosley, Charles Jordan, Henry Essex II, Fanny L. Webb, Dan Walton, Alauti Sue Walton, Emma Walton, James Randolph Giles, Sonny, Pete Walton, William Walton, Fred Powers, Elijah Hakeem and Como, Alberta T. Davis, Charles Davis, Willie R. Mackey, also known as Dr. Karimi Mackey, Victor Bowden, Drusilla Kitty Berger, Lucy White, Robert Lee White, Emma Jean White, Talton Roger White, R.L. White, Jesse White, Ruby Jewel White, Joseph Carl White, Desi Woods, Tilar Woods Lennox, Jim Woods, Lizzie Woods, Juanita Alexander Brown, Cynthia Ann Wright, Richard Dorsey, Andy Simpson, Jamara Simpson, Regina Hopkins, Joseph Simpson, Andy Dorsey, Eleanor Hopkins, Edward Webster, Alice Webster, Ivy Webster, Arnella Willis, Ethel Lane, Samanda Damon, Ethel Marshall, Stevie Doug Shelton, William Bill Walker, Carl Rico Johnson, Kim Gray, Stuart A. Johnson, Edward Young III, Isaac Jackson Sr., Gisella Murrow, Wayne Young, Christina Young, Thomas Young, Frank Murrow, Sylvester Foster. Family, we raise our glass up to our ancestors and we say the mighty words, the mighty word of Ashe. Yes, yes. All right, family. From there, we want to give all of the Kujichagulia babies a round of applause because we're moving into the present moment. And right now we are in Kujichagulia. I'm one of those Kuji babies. I'm a proud Kuji baby. I figured out, it took me a second to figure it out. Sasha, once again, I said this, Sasha is a Ujamaa baby. But Sasha was born on December 27th, which makes her an eternal Kuji baby. You understand what I'm saying? She was born on the day of Kujichagulia. And that just happened in Kwanzaa. That day fell on Ujamaa. So she's an Ujamaa baby. And she's an eternal Kuji baby, right? I love it. I love it. Let's give Miss Mosh Mosh a round of applause. All right. In this year, it's important that we lift up our personal principles and use those principles as a lens through which to reflect upon all of the other principles. All right? There's things that we can learn when we start learning to put ourselves where we are and be able to scan the area in which we exist. And these principles and the principles that fall on the days, right, allow us or give us the ability to in a sense, turbo boost our principles, all right? Put them in use in ways that we possibly may have never realized before, because now we got a lens through which to focus on them on. So this year, we want to do some research, and we want to really start looking into our principles. When we say Kujichagulia, what does it really mean? You know what I'm saying? Let's go deeper than self-determination. Let's really start taking our personal principles and turning them into usable science, as Kwame would say, into like a mathematical equation that we can build and erect. We could use them as literal tools to build up our lives, build up our families, build up our tribes, build up our communities. You know what I'm saying? Because 2020, in the 2020s, you know what I'm saying, we're saying goodbye. We said goodbye in 2019 to a lot of shit that we was holding on to. Now we have to start opening up and learning to embrace new things as we move forward. So family, I challenge you on this day, right? I challenge you on this day to turn on your reticular formation. Allow your reticular formation to get active. And I want you to start finding Kujichagulia, right? But also find Kujichagulia through the lens of your day, right? Through the lens of your principle. Now, A sister, Ujima baby, posted up. I was hoping that she would share, but she had it on her personal timeline how she used her day to move out into the world and make stuff happen, right? And it was an incredible story, right? And I said, you got to share this because this is an example of what I'm talking about. She took command of her day. You know what I'm saying? On that day, it's certain things that happen on that day, and because she adhered to that, right? Because she adhered to that, it's like certain things happened for her. Certain things fell in line for her. And I mean, and like I said, hopefully it's up on the Gye-Nyame timeline. Let me see. I'm going to just go and look. But this is an example. Even though it's not a Kuji thing, it's still a principle thing. So in this moment, I want you to be able to focus on Kujichagulia through the lens of your principle. Kujichagulia is my personal principle. You know what I'm saying? You know, that's my day. So I'm cool with it. But anyway, for those that don't know, Kujichagulia means self-determination. The principles that go with it today is justice. The color is indigo. I got indigo and I got the black shirt up underneath. Correspondence. Correspondence is the Hermetic law. And Kwabena is the male name. And Abina is the female name. So we once again give them a round of applause. Give this moment a round of applause. We salute this moment. And this moment is all we have, family. And we have the responsibility that has, in a sense, been thrust upon us by our ancestors, by us coming into this generation, coming into the contract with our family line. It's our responsibility to make the most out of each one of these moments. Out of this moment right here, like we're doing right now. Make the most out of it. Get the most out of it. Milk it for every ounce, everything you could get out of it. We raise our glass to this moment and we say, Ashe. From there, we move to our future generations. We toast our children, our children's children, on to infinity. We raise up our glass and we say, Ashe, from our children, right? We move to all of our relations and we say, Ashe. From there, we move to our selfish toasts and we say, Ashe. From our selfish toast, family, from our selfish toast. You know what I'm saying? And when I say selfish toast, I want you to understand, I want you to get what you need out of this moment. What do you need right now in this moment to move towards the greater you? It ain't just about being like selfish, like, you know, that negative selfish, but this is taking a few seconds to meditate upon your mind and your heart. You understand what I'm saying? What is it that you need that can help you in this moment bring out the best you, so it will be out every moment of your life? We toast and we say, Ashe. From there, family, I'll take the time to toast the most magnificent, the most marvelous, the most uplifting, outstanding, wisest, strongest, and the most motivated person in the room. And I raise my glass up to you. And we say, Ashe, Ashe, Ashe. Family, I wish you peace, power, joy, and 100 years. Hot damn. That red is good. So one more time, let's go on and read I'm gonna read it for those that are just now tuning in right now. The folk tale for the night. Once again, this show will be tonight at 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. It's the fisherman piping. A fisherman skilled in music took his flute and his nets to the seashore. Standing on a projecting rock, he played several tunes in the hope that fish, attracted by his melody, would of their own accord dance into his net, which he had placed below. At last, having long waited in vain, he laid aside his flute, and casting his net into the sea, made an excellent haul of fish. When he saw them leaping about in the net upon the rock, he said, "O you most perverse creatures, When I piped, you would not dance, but now that I have ceased, you do so merrily. So we're going to talk about that proverb tonight. Hopefully some of you will be able to bring up the issues that are popping off around the country, especially in Mississippi, because we know when we talk about prison populations in America, we know that mostly we're talking about our population. We're talking about our people. We're talking about our brothers. We're talking about our sisters and our young people. You know what I'm saying? We got to be clear on that. You know what I'm saying? So there's a lot of money being made on warehousing us. Like they say, America's built upon our failures, right? So we got to go on and we have to go on and activate and destroy that. All right, but yo, this is Brother Hot Tim. I ain't gonna stay on here because I gotta get Cleve to school today. But with that, I'm out, and we say peace. I'll take you off first.